So this is drive-thru review part 2 of this morning's episode, where I basically went through McDonald's. We ordered breakfast for my passenger, and they gave us 2 sausage burritos instead. I know about food safety, so I know it's totally against food safety to put it back through the window. So I was refusing to give the bag back because it's just such poor hygiene in general. Because literally my passenger was sick this week. He was vomiting yesterday. This manager gets ugly with me, takes the place of the employee at the window, gets ugly with me, literally demands the food back, yells at me, triggers me, literally triggered me, just made me very upset, very angry, very quickly the way he was talking to me. He was yelling at me. He was basically demanding the food back. The questions for this morning's video, guys, a lot of people think I'm overreacting. A lot of people think I'm pushing things too far by making a big deal about this. But if you really think about it, it's a health and safety violation because those younger workers will just pass out that order. Was I legally obligated to give the food back? No. In my state, I was not legally obligated to give the food back. Under contract law, when I paid for the sausage McMuffin with egg, a basic contract was formed. Handing me the wrong items was an operational mistake on their part. Property ownership. While a merchant can request an item back to rectify a transaction or error, before I accept it, they cannot legally compel, in this case yelling, or forcibly demand I return the food, which they did. Once they handed me through the drive-thru window, it's basically my property. The free food fallacy, he said, I'm not giving you free food. Their line about giving away free food is a corporate policy, not a legal mandate. Once they handed me the bag, I did not commit theft. They simply failed to assemble the order correctly. Is this a health violation? You're allowed to give food over the counter to be thrown directly in the trash, but it's actually against my state health regulations. It's a health violation, in fact, for the manager to take my food back through the window. And like I said, it wasn't even my order. It was my passenger's order. It is a health violation in my state. Once food enters the possession of a consumer, it cannot be reserved or reoffered or reused by human consumption under any circumstances. In this case, it was a burrito, so they probably reused the sauce packets. Cross-contamination from a vehicle. It literally sat in our vehicle for 60 seconds because at first the young man was at the window asking for the food back and I was refusing because I know it's a health violation. He went and got the manager. The manager came, literally yelled at me in drive-thru, demanded the food back. They're worried about cross-contamination from anyone's car, not just mine. Someone could have blood on their hands. They could have any bodily fluid. Once food enters the possession of a consumer, it cannot be reserved, offered, reused by human consumption under any circumstance because of cross-contamination. It must be discarded immediately. It yields no healthy or safety benefit to take that food back. So this is just more or less a power trip, corporate rule. It's an attempt to curb order errors. Next time, I'm legally allowed to refuse. I could have refused today, and I would have been well within my rights because I didn't commit theft. They simply failed to assemble my order correctly because once I paid for that sausage McMuffin for my passenger, a contract was formed, a legal contract. And the fact that they didn't fulfill the order correctly is not my problem. So next time I can literally keep the food if I want to and demand the sausage McMuffin that I paid for. Thanks for tuning in to this second episode of Drive-Thru Review today, guys. Thank you so much. See you next time.